Welcome to the Matt Beck Podcast. Woke up this way. He's got a lot of cool stuff he's gonna show you today. The latest news, industry topics, and business tips. For all hairstylists and salon owners, it's time to flip the script. Grab your precision scissors, barber combs, and swivel twist razors. Let's cut a bob, a quick shag, pixie cut with a little bit of flavor. Check out the live classes, product reviews, let's rock on. Don't forget to check out freesaloneducation.com. I woke up this way. It's gonna be a great day. Chop it, clip it, spray it, flip it. I woke up this way.
What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? Welcome to today's class. Hang on, I'm sending out the text. I forgot to text everybody. So let's let everybody get logged in. Everybody say hello in the chat. There we go. Share. If you guys aren't on my text service or my text, I send text to you guys. You can text me, 215-608-2612. And then before I go live anytime, I send you guys a text like I'm doing right now. Send to everyone. Hey guys, I'm live. There's the link. Cool. All right, so text is out. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Super excited for today. We're going to do a little bit of hair cutting together. We're going to focus on thick hair. So you guys requested that yesterday. You said, let's learn some thick hair, layered haircuts. So today, that's what we're going to focus on. Welcome to everyone on FSE channels, the Facebook, YouTube, and then also welcome to Minerva Beauty family. We're also live on their Facebook as well today, just sharing some education. So thank you to those guys. They're a big sponsor of Free Salon Education. We've had a great relationship for a long time. So very excited to have be able to do classes on their stuff. Let's see here. Let me exit out of that. I want to share with you guys. Let's go with a different screen. Oh. There we go. And then let me show you guys their new website. It's beautiful. So might as well give you guys a gander. Wow, I'm super Iowa today. I moved to the East Coast a long time ago, but sometimes the Iowa just jumps right out of my mouth, and it's doing it right now. So here's the Minerva Beauty website. Check it out. They just redid the whole thing. It's beautiful. Great shopping experience. If you're looking for any kind of salon equipment, they're the best in the business. So go to minervabeauty.com. All right. Let's see here. Let me go back to camera one. All right. Let me say hello to everybody. Denise, what's up? Good to see you. Danielle. Krishna. I like that. Michelle, what's up? Good to see you guys. If you guys get a chance, please, you guys know the drill at this point. Some of you OGs in the chat, share it on whatever social platform you are on. If you're on YouTube, just hit that share button over to Facebook. If you're on Facebook, just hit share. It's super easy. If you're on Instagram, you're not watching me live, but if you have an Instagram, just share us on your story. That would be cool as well. Love getting tagged in that. And also tag Minerva Beauty for us as well. Jess, what's up? Good to see you. Lynn, good to see you. Tamara, good to see you. All right, cool. So, guys, we're going to focus on thick hair today. You guys did request it, so that's what I want to do for you guys. We got, obviously, a mapped out head again. If you're new to this show, type new in the chat. So everybody that's OGs of the show, we've been doing this for 53 episodes now. So that's 53 classes since March. So going strong. We do it every day at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, or as close as we can get it. And that's about it. Don't share that comment. Didn't see it, Jess, so don't worry. Akshay is here. What's up? Gene, OG from the beginning. That's right, Gene. You have been. Cool to see you guys. Savarna, good to see you. Elizabeth, good to see you. Where are you guys watching from? Post that in the chat as well. Love seeing that. It's funny, like, a lot of people send me messages after the show, and they're like, you know, I watch every day, but I never say anything. Well, today's the day. Say something. Say something. Say hello, say whatever, so that everybody can get to know each other. The best part about these classes is that people are building relationships in the chat, and that's what's cool. That's what's cool about it. So, the other thing I want to show you guys is the mannequin we did yesterday. So we did a color technique, and so you guys can see, beautiful, right? So that underneath, the richness to it. I cut a little fringe in it too. That video, not the full video, but the condensed version, it's about 7 minutes long. So if you weren't here for the 1.5-hour class yesterday, it's a 7-minute long video, and it's got the end result on it. That'll be out at 3 o'clock today on our YouTube channel, Free Salon Education. So hope you guys enjoy that. All right. Thanks, Lynn. Appreciate that. Idaho. Good to see you. Virginia in the house. Canada in the house. Cali. Thank you, guys. All right. Sweet. Esther, thanks so much. Matthew, very cool. UK. Connecticut. Sweet. All right, cool. And if it's very important to me, if you guys are on the Minerva Facebook, hit the share button, because that's it's exciting for us to grow the audience on that Facebook, because we've grown it on ours, but it's new to the Minerva world. So I want to get as many people on there as possible as we cut hair today. Tiffany, Iowa, my home grounds. PA, my neighbor, good to see you. Arizona, very cool. All right, sweet. All right, thank you guys so much for joining. We're gonna get started with the haircut. I wanna talk about the sectioning. So basically the way that this haircut's gonna work today is I want to do a lot of condensed cutting. So what condensed cutting is basically taking a section and, if you're able to, pulling that entire section together, as long as you section the head correctly, and that condenses, takes away time, right? So when I think about this industry and the way that things are kind of moving, this industry is very, we have to work a little bit quicker because we can't do as many clients right now. So for me, being able to share with you guys techniques that you can use to speed up your time just a little bit, but still get a great result, that's what it's all about. So today, condensed cut on thick hair, showcasing certain areas where we can go a little quicker, and then certain areas where we can't. And I want to share that with you guys as well. So I hope you guys are as excited about this class as I am to teach it. We're going to start off the sectioning. Basically what I did was I looked at that center point, the apex of the head. I went a little bit forward. So where that fringe area comes in, where it starts to curve down, that's where I drew my first line. Went center parting, and I created 2 squares right up here in the fringe area. Then from that, I created this temple area section where I take my line and I go right down to the hairline. Now, we've talked about this before. Those of you guys that are new to the show, you might not have heard this, but the way that I like to section hair is based on the density of the hair. So if you look at how this hairline works, it starts here, and this is all pretty much the same until you get here, and then there's a lot more hair, right? And that lot more hair kind of works its way all the way around the head and then becomes less hair again. So I section off these sides to match that thought process. Does that make sense? So make sure when you section off the hair that you're sectioning with a purpose. Like a lot of people just take it right to behind the ear. But if you notice right here, there's that little, that little bit of a section that's gonna be off, and you're probably gonna end up with a hole because you're cutting it the same as you would cut the back. And that's not how you should do it, because if you're cutting hair that's this dense and this dense the exact same, you're not gonna get the result that you're looking for. Make sense? All right, cool. Ashley, she's at lunch. Welcome to your lunch break. All right, cool. Lynn says she's super slow. Here's the thing. This is what I think. So my salon's open as well, and we've been open now for about 4 weeks-ish. Yeah, end of June is when we opened. Here's the thing. People are still scared to come in, right? So we have to understand that we should be getting back into that. If you rebook everybody, if you're rebooking people, the people that were committed to come back in, you're probably about a week out from them coming back, let's say. So just keep that thought process, and you are going to have to figure out, it's going to have to be a build back, because all of your clients probably didn't come back. You got a rush right away of people that were ready, but then there's a lot of people that are still freaked out. So just be patient. people will still need their hair done. You'll get busy again, so just keep pushing forward. It's really important that you're on here learning today, right? Okay, so last section, follow the round of the head back to this point. This is going to be kind of our disconnect where the layers are going to fall over and we're going to remove weight from the bottom here, taking these diagonal forward partings through. So this is just a good guideline. I learned this from Sam Villa, one of my favorites, to shave a head and then show you guys the sectioning, because when you see it here, it can make sense, but it's not quite as easy of a visual. So as we work through, I'll reference this head. We also work with multiple camera angles. So we have this angle here, which is much closer. And then we have this angle here, which is overhead, that we can work through as well. So you guys will be able to see this class very, very easy as we're teaching. We're pros here. We're pros, right? All right. Sweating. You guys got me working already. All right. Teresha's off today, but she's still learning. That's what it's about. All right, guys, ready? So I had two thoughts in my head, and it's kind of why I made the thumbnail, because I wasn't sure yesterday if I was going to go razor or if I was going to go scissor, right? But I decided to go scissor today because it's just more versatile, and I feel like I can do some more teaching with it. So we're going to go with that. We also have this super cool 339 comb now available in Pride colors, limited edition. We only have a few left on Shop FSE. So if you're looking for some new stuff, go check it out. All right. Let's see. I was going to try to take the credit for the ball mannequin head sheep, but couldn't lie. Haha. Funny. Sam Villa all the way, Jess. Sam Villa all the way. All right. So I'm going to switch over to our camera here. And if you guys have questions, forgot to tell you this, if you guys have questions, the way that we work this classroom is type Q and put your question. So Q and then the question. You'll see some people, some of the OGs doing it. It's just an easy way for me to see the chat and then be able to know that it's a question, because I'm right now a one-man show. I'm the guy that carries the bass drum, the snare drum, the cymbals between his legs, you know, that whole thing. Because I just am, because I like every part of this. So the DJ. So, all right, we're ready to roll. Also, I'm recording this class, so it will be a condensed version living on our YouTube channel later, so you can watch it back very easily. It'll also be available on our FSE Now app as well, probably by tomorrow. Okay, so we're going to talk about the very back here, sectioning. So it's going to look like this. So we're going to take a vertical section, and then we're going to move diagonal forward, slight diagonal forward, pivoting off of this center point, right? Then once I get across here and I'm basically drawing right to behind the ear and I'm becoming more horizontal, then I'm going to work and bring everything, still over direct it back to this point here, okay? So all of this is going to be over directed back to the center back. Let me show you the top angle here. So basically what I'm going to do, move this a little bit. So I'm going to bring everything over this point. So I grab hair from here, comb it over, elevate. Over here, comb it over, elevate. And that's just how I'm going to work this whole entire back section. All right. All right, cool. Sorry, I was reading the chat there. Okay, so guys, I'm going to tilt her head forward. That just makes me comfortable. Now, a lot of people talk about the tilting of the head, all of that stuff, with it really affecting the haircut. For me, it's not that it affects the haircut as much as it affects my body positioning. So I'm actually going to go to this side here. So we're going to take a vertical section straight out of the back, and we're going to start cutting. Now, this is where we cannot yet condense too much because there's just too much hair to work with, even though we're working on a stationary guide. Here we go. All right. Cool, guys. I like that Kimberly just shared her story. More of you guys should do that. So there's my length right there. So I'm just going to cut myself. I'm just kidding. I'm going to cut short to long. Just like that. So a line from short. So we're taking out this interior weight. I know that looks short, but this is gonna fall over top. So don't worry about that. We're removing weight. Remember, we're working with thick hair in this haircut. So now, diagonal forward. Like that. And I bring that over to me. And up. So we're cutting concave layers, collapsed layers in this cut. If you didn't want to take out this much weight, you could always do standard layering straight out if you wanted as well. It would still remove weight, it would still be a disconnection. It just wouldn't be as extreme. For me, we're just pushing the limits a little bit here on this cut. Like taking out as much weight as possible. So notice, pulling everything from here back to that center back. I'm gonna go overhead. Comb everything out, up, center back, that center point right there. Cut across. Same thing, diagonal forward. Bringing that hair over to me. Now, think about this, guys. So if I were to not section to the hairline, which is what we talked about, right? Gotta move some of this stuff here. If I were to not section at the hairline here. Let's see where we're at. So I came back to the hairline in this section, right? If I were to go too far over to where it was coming up over the ear, then what would happen is I would cut these short layers and it would create a hole right in the side. So that's really the most important part when sectioning this off, is to make sure you get your sectioning right. Then your haircut can go quick, right? We spend too much time sometimes like combing, recombing, cutting, recutting because we didn't get it where we wanted it, when we could have just sectioned the correct way or exactly the way we wanted to set ourselves up, and then we would have a lot more success. All right, so bringing the rest of this back. So what's happening here is we're pushing weight behind the ear. Now, why would I want to push weight behind the ear? Well, that's where it's going to be the less dense area. So I don't need as much weight removed from the side. Okay. So now I'm going to continue working here. So I took out this vertical section in the center, and now my body position does not change. I'm just going to be now pushing away from myself towards the center, just like this. So push away from myself and then up. So let me turn her so you guys can see the real angle here. I know, she's got dark hair, I got a dark shirt. Watch my fingers. So right here. Cutting across. Thank you, Rita. Appreciate the comment. Let me know, guys, in the chat if you're enjoying the class so far. Straight up here. That's what's cool when I show you guys the mapped out head, and the more we do these classes together, the more you can look at a mapped out head and actually know exactly what it's going to look like without even watching me cut. That's where we want to get everybody to, right? That's what's going to make the industry better, is when we can visualize a cut before doing it. Cutting across. So I keep grabbing that center because that's the guide. And then I move over and I grab the rest, the new hair, and I pull it in and around. Over that center point. Wait, so Courtney, these are the fun things that I like about this stuff, right? So Courtney, and this is the beauty of Facebook and social media in general, is she's saying she doesn't cut hair, but she can't stop watching. Some people get frustrated with that because she's not a hairdresser, but she's watching professional hairdressing. But here's two thoughts I have on this. So I like that Courtney's here because Courtney's learning the idea of a great thought out haircut, right? We'll see if it's great at the end, but it's at least thought out, right? And then she's learning the importance of it. She's learning different dialogue that we use, but Courtney can never, she'll never be able to cut hair like me. And the reason she won't be able to cut hair like me is not an arrogant thing. It's because I've spent hours, hundreds, thousands of hours cutting hair, and I still am trying to figure it all out. And Courtney, unless she's going to be a professional, will never dedicate that much time. You can't watch a YouTube tutorial and learn to cut hair like me. You can learn to maybe not mess something up, but you won't know how to cut hair. You just know how to follow steps. And that's what we want all of you guys, all of you professionals that are watching, to think about it that way. It's a profession because you don't have to follow steps. Like anybody can, I can color in a picture, but I can't draw a picture, right? I don't have that artistic ability. But if you give me one without lines, I can color it the colors that it should be. So think about it that way. Like a lot of people can mimic things, but to actually understand it, it's different. All right, now I could cut now my perimeter if I wanted to. I'm not gonna cut the perimeter yet because I like to cut the perimeter at the end when I get the whole haircut done. So I'm gonna wait. Now I'm gonna move into the front at this point, coming over here, and I'm gonna move into this side section right here. Take that down. I'm going to zoom a bit here. Yes, so there's some people in there. Let me see here. Cutting your own hair is like, for me, it's a choice, right? Like, I could try to fix my own car too. There's a lot of things I could do on my own. I run camera equipment on my own. I'm not a photographer, right? But I chose to learn it. Some people can learn a couple things that work on their hair, you know, but if you really want a great haircut, like I cut my own hair, I screw it up all the time. So if you really want a great haircut and you find a great hairdresser, there's nothing that can replace. All right, we're gonna start working in a face frame here. Bring it forward. Like that. And what I'm gonna do is I want this to be a little bit longer face frame today, because this is gonna be about being a longer haircut. I don't want it to have a shag effect at all. And I don't care if this length really matches here at this point. So that's why I'm gonna do the length at the end. So I'm gonna bring the hair over to me, my fingers parallel to that parting, and I'm gonna cut. Megan, I would love a great haircut. That's right. And a lot of the people that are on this room, so if you're not a professional and you're looking for a stylist that kind of follows our education, is a part of our community, go to stylistlocator.com. That's our website. It's connected to our professional site. So all of the stylist profiles, you can just put in your zip code and it'll help connect you with a stylist that is a part of our community. A lot of these guys have built some beautiful profiles on there. And if you're a stylist and you want to sign up, it's free. You just go to FSE Now on the App Store or go to freesaloneducation.com and you can sign up as a stylist for free and start uploading your work and becoming a part of the OGs, the community there. So this is stationary as well, guys. And I'm going to show you guys. So this was the uncondensed version. So I'll just keep bringing the hair over until I run out. No more to cut. So there we go. Nice layered effect. Now I'm going to show you guys the condensed version on this side. So basically what condensed cutting is because I've got this section here. Just make sure I'm focused. So because I've got this section here, right, and it's all on the same plane. If I was pulling it from too far away or too many different spaces, it would be hard to condense cut it. But because they kind of live all in the same area, I can literally, and I'm going to bring this out here, find my guide. I want them to be close, right? So pop. That's going to help me get these two to match up on both sides. Now I bring this hair over. If you need to break it into two sections, you could do that as well. So I bring it over to me. Let's see, open it up a little bit. Over to me. I've got my guide. There it is. And I just have that whole section condensed. Comb it over. And I cut my line. Just like that. So pretty simple. Now I'll bring the rest of the hair over. I don't think there'll be any more to cut. Nope. And we're good to go. So that's that whole side. See, so that's the difference between condensed cutting and taking section by section through. All right, guys, if you have questions, type Q, put your question. I see a couple, so let me jump over here. I'm going to answer a little bit of questions, and then we'll come back into the haircut. Look at me. Whoa, looking rough. Just kidding. David, what's a good product to use when cutting to help with sectioning? I actually have a great product. This is Donald Scott Prepare. I always spray it on the hair before I cut it. Cool thing about this, it's great for razor cutting, but it's also great as just a tool assister, I guess, like a cutting lotion, I guess you could say. It's pure coconut and sunflower oil. So I don't use a ton, but it helps keep the hair collected a little bit. So when you take sections, it helps keep your partings clean. It just helps with tangles in the hair. And then when a razor's on it, it just helps keep it nice and conditioned, helps the razor slide through the hair, and scissor as well. So you're keeping the condition of the hair, but then also using it as a cutting lotion as well. And it's literally created for that. So it's not a styling product, it's for razor cutting. So that's on our shop, shopfse.com if you want to order some of that. Can you still be an OG if you haven't been here in 6 weeks? Ashley, you're always an OG. I remember you from the beginning. You guys have been on here a lot. You're an OG for sure. Let's see, anybody else? Thank you guys for helping out, sharing, telling people how to ask questions. Very cool. All right, sweet. Looks like you guys are having a great conversation. Not a lot of questions so far, so good to go. All right. So you'd condense cut the first side too? Yes. So not to confuse you guys, I did one condensed side, one not, but this is because it's a lesson and showing you guys the differences, right? So if they had hair that was controllable, so I could easily get a guide, easily see it and cut through it, then I would condense that side because that's just the easiest way and fastest way to cut it. Lynn, thank you for sharing that. Please, you guys that are the OGs in the chat, if you could explain to everybody what FSE Now is, that would make my life very easy and get them to download the app so that they can become part of this bigger picture here. How does it do for fine hair? This is a great, so far, the back, I wouldn't do it just like this with fine hair because, and let me get to the other camera. So, oh, it's black. One sec, coming back. There it is. All right, so the back here, I would not do the same if it was fine hair. So because we're talking about thick hair today, we've cut this nice and short in the back here. Which is going to have a cascade of layering falling over it, which will fill in this void of lack of hair and density in it. If you had fine hair, I would more either layer this top section and not mess with this bottom section, or just lightly layer it by pulling the hair out and cutting it more with the round of the head as opposed to concaving it and scooping it out, if that makes sense. All right, cool. Now we're going to condense a couple more sections here in the top front, and then we'll cut the back section, and then we'll get to styling, and you guys will be able to see the end result here. All right. So here, you move the camera a little bit. All right, so we're going to start off on the left-hand side of the mannequin. I'm going to comb this forward. Now, you could have quite a few choices with this section. You could move that. So options that we have. This is the fringe area, these two squares or two rectangles, whatever you want to say. So you could cut a side fringe by pulling both squares over to either side, right? You could cut a straight fringe by pulling these sides down and cutting them. Now, not that basic, but just a thought, right? Or you could pull one square over to this side, cut it, and then pull the other square over to this side and cut it and have more of a curtain fringe. So you have options with these squares. That's why I like to section them off in this way. Let me go overhead. So again, here, if I take this square, we have two squares. If I take this square and I move it here, over here, and I cut it, and I take this square and I move it over here and I cut it, you're going to get a curtain fringe. If we pull both squares down, cut them section by section, we can get a nice straight fringe. And then if I take both squares, pull them over here, I'll get a side fringe going the opposite direction, or pull it over here, you'll get a side fringe going the opposite direction. That's a pretty basic feeling. Now, what I want to do is I want to create a little bit of a layered face frame fringe. I don't want to cut a short fringe in this mannequin, mostly because pivot point, I just put in an order and I don't have it anymore. So I need some mannequins. So I don't want to waste this one. We got to color it and do all kinds of stuff. So let me go to here. All right, so this is what we're going to do. It's going to be simple, condensed, elevated, layered face frame fringe. I'm going to bring this square up to me in the front. I'm going to grab a piece as my guide right here. And then I bring it up, condensed, and I'm going to point cut through. Like that. So what happens is when I let this go, it's going to swing back open. You'll see it swings back open, has tons of popping layers through it, but they flow towards the back of the head and layer into it. Just like that. And now I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Ashley, I agree. You should all be liking and sharing this video. Thank you. That's why you have OG status forever. All right. So here we go. Got this section. Bring it up. piece for the guide right here. Condensed in my hand. Check your elevation. Bring it out. Point cut. The reason I'm point cutting is I want to soften the line. I don't want it to be bulky, too straight. So I just get a nice soft, takes out some density line in the cut. So now, comb that back, and it's opening up that face. There we go. Now the fun finale piece here, before we blow dry, and we'll do some dry cutting as well, is this back triangle section here. Want to make sure so this back triangle section right here, I'm going to bring it all the way up to the front over here, and I'll show you guys that. Let me zoom out. Cool. I comb that forward. I'm going to grab a little bit of this hair from my previously cut section. That's going to be my guide, so I can see that piece there. I wonder if this top view would work. Works pretty good. Let me zoom out. There we go. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to comb this hair all the way forward like this. Condensed up. I've got my guide right there. I can see it through, and I'm just going to point cut this entire section. And I'm going to go a little deeper point cut after I cut my line. Just soften those edges a little bit more. So then, when this hair comes back, let me show you guys. Go to the next view here. All right. You guys will start to see these layers popping. Tons and tons of body layers throughout the cut. It's got a really nice wave to it, to be honest, too. Could probably style this curly. And here's the question in the chat. Can you do this on curly hair? Yes, you can. It's a great haircut for curly hair, especially because you remove some of that interior weight in here and allow those longer layers to come over top. It creates a really nice shape on curly hair. All right. Cool. So what do you guys think so far? We're going to blow it dry. Going to blow it dry, but it's getting there. Oh, black shirt. You can see all the layers. The shape is really nice. It's got that nice bounce and wave to it. Pretty cool, right? It would be very, very simple to just bust this haircut out in the salon if you just section those few squares off and then work the condensed cutting. You'd have it done in like 5 minutes, and then you'd be able to blow it dry, spend your time blowing it dry, and then go in with a little bit of dry cutting, which is what we're gonna do in a sec. So I hope you guys are enjoying everything so far. If you're enjoying it, write like in the comments. The more comments we get in these classes, the more Facebook says, I'm gonna share this with more people on my own. I'm not going to charge them for it. I'm just going to share it. So if you like it, write like. Or lovely. I appreciate that too. How would you dry it curly? Susan's asking. Susan, so one thing that I would do is diffuse it. So I would work with some product. So here's the thing. I'm going to do some curly hair cutting next week as soon as the mannequins arrive. And I'll go over that because it's just a whole nother class, and I would have to show you guys step by step. But, you know, drying hair curly doesn't mean that you're going to speed things up really at all. Okay? All right, cool. So make sure you tune in next week, and I'll do some curly hair for you guys. All right. So here's what we're going to do. It is time for some blow dry action. I got some other products from my good pals at Moroccan Oil, which I do believe, since we talk about Minerva a lot, Moroccan Oil, Minerva furnished their new academy that's opening in New York City. So it's a little fun fact for you guys. Fun fact. So this is Root Boost. Now they sent me these products. I got like an entire box, guys, like a ton of products in. So I'm just going to tell you right now, I haven't messed with all of them, so I'm excited to try these out. But I've used, obviously, products in the category before. So we're going to have some fun. Root Boost is great. Like what I'll do is usually section off about 5 different sections throughout the top, and I'll just spray that product at the root. Maybe if I go overhead a little bit. So work that in tiny bit with my hands, section a little bit with my fingers. You got the root here, spray it in, work it in, smells delicious. Same thing, Root Boost, spray it in. Nothing fancy here, guys, nothing fancy here. Make a mess if you can, unless you're in your bathroom, don't do that. So I just work through right at that root area. And work a couple more down. This just help pop a little bit of volume into the hair. Then I'm going to try this product too. This is a thickening lotion. So let me, oh, wrong camera. So that's a thickening lotion. So we're going to work that into the hair. Not going to do a ton because I've really shot myself in the foot before not knowing exactly what a product does and putting way too much. So nice thickening lotion, just thicken up the hair a bit. And then we're going to start our blow dry. I'll use a couple different sprays once we get it drier. So one of the key things I like to do, and I'm going to go mid-shaft to ends when I brush through. This is the Ergo Diamond Head Paddle Brush. That's available on our shop. It's a mini paddle brush, so I really like it because I like a paddle brush a lot, but sometimes it's a little too big. So use that, brush the product through. I'm not going too much in the base because I don't want that root lift to go down the hair. So I'll go mid-shaft to ends, and then just slightly kind of brush the hair back. Now, go. You see, check something real quick. Hang on with me, guys. So this blow dryer I'm about to use, I want to share with you guys here. So this is the Samvia blow dryer. We don't have it on Shop FSE, but we do have it on Minerva. So super, this is like gotta be my all-time favorite blow dryer. I was using a Dyson for a while, but there's just something about having, so it's not giant, it's miniature. So I like that. It's got Sam, like my favorite thing about Sam's tools is that he spends a lot of time thinking about the hairdresser, right? So when I grip it on the nozzle, it actually has these little rough, see if it'll, yeah, focus in. It has these like rough grips to it. So when I have it in my hand, I have a lot of control. Also the nozzle, this is a big deal to me. It doesn't spin easy. So I like that it takes a little bit to turn it because when I have it in a spot that I like, I don't want it to move, right? Hot and cold, super powerful blow dryer, which is nice. So it's like a little rocket ship and great tool. So if you guys are looking for a blow dryer, go to minervabeauty.com and check out that. sweet. I was literally checking because I didn't know if they sold it, but I know they have a partnership with Sam, so I was excited that they have them on there. All right, so I'm gonna blow dry. What we like to do now in this show is we're gonna have a little bit of a party. You guys know about it. So we're gonna do a little music and a little blow dry, and I'm going to turn down my mic so you don't get blasted with blow dryer. And we're gonna blow dry this thing a little bit, just get it dry, and then I'll give you some more instructions. So hang with me, have some fun. Dancing emojis, here we go.
Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push all the limits with you right now. Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push all the limits with you right now. Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push all the limits with you right now. Right now, right now. Get it right now, right now, right now. Get it right now, right now, right now. Get it right now. Yeah, push all the limits with you right now. Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push all the limits with you right now. Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push all the limits with you right now. Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push all the limits with you right now. Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push all the limits with you right now.
Okay, so I know you guys are taking bets to see if I'll finish before the song. This one's a little tougher, guys. I try to, but here's the deal. Once I get it 80% dry, which is right now, then I'm gonna section this off the top. Then I'm gonna separate it a little bit. Got to keep it separated. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna section off. Oh, Elvis Presley there. Then I'm gonna section off the back. So I just do a horseshoe shape, nothing fancy, right? This is Salon Reality at this point. Going triangle into the back, just because this is a thicker area and I want about a brush width to work through the rest. So I section that off, pop like that. And then I'm going to work my blow drying technique. Got my Ergo round brush available, Shop FSE. So check it out. Here is the website. If you're looking for brushes, these are the best. They're literally the best because, again, hairdresser in mind, longer barrel, longer handle, super grippy, and tourmaline on the bristles. So they start off real rough and hard. They grip the hair really well, but then they're negatively ion charged, so it helps lay down the cuticle and add a ton of shine to the hair. So, super cool. All right, I will finish before this song ends. I think it's this one I like. No, this one. Yes. All right, here we go. Notice how my nozzle is pointing across the brush, not at the brush. And if you want to activate that root lift, you can just kick it up a little bit with some heat. Let it cool. All right. I didn't get it. Just so we're all on the same page. I didn't make it. One more song, and I'll get it. So let it cool. And then when I take the brush out, I twist it. So I undo it with my hand. So it's kind of a twist and then wrap around. And that keeps it from stretching that curl out, because until it cools, you don't want to pull the curl out, because it's cooling and setting, right? I saw a question here. One sec. Teresa. I've had my favorite brushes that I have used for 12 years. I believe it's time to try new ones. This one looks great. How did you say to get one? Anybody can buy the brushes here on shopfse.com. So if you're looking for any of basically any of the tools, and then this blow dryer, go to minervabeauty.com. Get it there. That away. All right. Now we're going to work this little triangle that we have in the back here. This is that disconnect, right? So I'm gonna clip this away, because I'll do that with that rest of it. This is the shorter layers that we put in at the beginning, so I really want to get some volume in those. So tons of volume popping. You can see that. That's gonna lift up this disconnect in the front. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna separate the front and the back real quick. So this disconnect over, cut this in half because I'm gonna do the fringe forward, and then the rest of this back. Come on, buddy. Come on, pal. There we go. There it is. There it is. All right, so this is the back, then we've got the front here. Twist that up and away for now. And we're gonna work through this top section. One more song. Oh, let's do this. Nope, that's. Wonder if I have like, sorry, playing DJ a little bit, but nope. What's this? A little hip hop? I don't know what this is. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming in, yeah, flex. I just wanna win, yeah. LABB, who we running with, yeah. 2, 2, 3, 3, I'm on 10 again, yeah. State your name, been dope on flame. I just switched the lanes. Damn, he did it again. I just flipped the pain. Stripping and dipping in bass, slab on everything. Swimming, you sinking away.
All right, who likes this
racks
song?
coming, I put my low racks on it. I ain't skip past losses, I had to get back off it. See the fit lab on it until they whip my coffin. Money clip, I tossed it, I heard it's big bags on big bags on big bags coming, coming in. Yeah, flex, I just wanna win. Yeah, LABB, who we running with. Yeah, 2, 2, 3, 3, I'm on 10 again. Pump up that.
We're flexing on this blow dry. That's what we're doing. Oh, I'm glad you guys are here with me. Glad you're with me. Oh, lost her head. So how does the client work the disconnect at home? This is actually, the beauty of that disconnect is you don't really have to. Even if you don't blow dry it up like I did, you're still gonna get tons of volume. Because shorter hair is easier to hold up, right? So if I take this long hair and I drop it, it drops flat. If I take this shorter hair underneath here and I pick it up and I drop it, it stays nice and high. I mean, obviously falls a little bit, but this shorter hair is more stable than a longer piece of hair that's gonna fall over top. So really you're just looking for a little kick out. They could even take some of this section, just hold it straight out, put a little root lift in there, a root boost, and hit it with a blow dryer for a second. And it doesn't really even have to have that curl to it. So I love, like, it's just so fun to watch your guys' comments. I don't react to all of them. Sometimes you guys are inappropriate. Just kidding. But I even love that somebody put, I just want to win. It's the best. Feeling the songs. That's what it's all about. Even if it's not your thing. Even if it's not your thing. Learning to appreciate things that are not your thing. That's how you grow, right? That's how you grow. Why do you use thick hair gel on thick hair? So, the reason I used it was for extra volume. But that's a good question. Like if she had super thick hair, probably wouldn't have done that. Oh, we went black. Coming back. Coming back. There we go. Yeah, so if she had super thick hair, I would not put thickening lotion in her. But I wanted this to appear super thick. So that's a great observation, Julie. Great observation. Plus, I'm trying to learn all these products. And I'm going to give you my observation on that. Oh. Which is the root boost felt heavy when I first had it in and I was blow drying with my hand. And then as soon as I hit it with the brush, I feel the volume, but I don't feel the product anymore, which is awesome. Because sometimes it can feel very sticky at the root when you use a root boost, and that's a lot of times why I don't choose to use it. But this, I'm not feeling that whatsoever, so psyched on that. All right, last little bit, we're going up to the front. All right. I was kidding about the inappropriate part. I'm not really. Jess, I don't think you're inappropriate. You guys are all well-behaved citizens of this world. And we're just having a good time, right? Good times. All right, so I'm blow drying forward. I just want to work this section through. It's a little tangled up. Here we go. Blow drying it up. Oh my gosh. Somebody's got to invent something for that. Oh, Brenda. That's an OG comment right there. Those of you guys that have been with the show for a long time, you know, but one time I accidentally kicked out a lady named Brenda out of the class and banned her, and I couldn't figure out how to get her back, and I did it by accident. So for a day, we didn't know where Brenda went. And then finally found her on Facebook. And she hasn't been back since, I don't think. Or maybe she just doesn't talk anymore. What's up, Danielle? I see you. Can we use a paddle brush during blow drying? Absolutely. The only reason I didn't at the beginning of this one is because I wanted to lift it up with my hand, get a lot of volume. Paddle brushes sometimes tend to stretch the hair and pull it, so I just wanted to have as much volume as possible. I'm going overhead real quick. So all this is stretching over to me. Basically straight up in the air. Danielle, post your question. I can see your chat now. Just post it. And anybody else, if I missed your question and you're angry at me, just repost it, because I'll go through in a couple minutes and answer everybody's questions before I get off here. So, Ashley, we'll see you later. Have a successful day. All right, we go back to... Almost done, guys. One more section. And then we're going to do a little bit of dry cutting with this, guys, so prepare yourselves. That is how do you get the dryer. So let me show you, I'll show you again. So right here, Set a button for that. Here you go. So if you go to minervabeauty.com, this blow dryer is there. There you go. That is a lot of volume. So, David, great question. So David's trying to get logged into our app, signed up for our app, and he's saying that he's still in school. So if you're still a student, David, there's a student sign up. And I don't know if maybe the app doesn't take you to that. I'll have to look into that. But if you go to freesaloneducation.com, sign up for your account there. You can sign up as a student, and you don't need a salon name necessarily. Or you could just put for your salon name, your school name, and then that way, but your profile doesn't show up on Stylist Locator. So that's kind of the point of the student sign up. So nothing that you share will show up for clients to see. So just sign up as a student on there. All right, last bit. So I'm blow drying everything forward because I want it to be off base, as much volume as possible. So when I let this go, it's going to kick back over, pop that volume there, have some layers, get that movement going there. Now, let's see where we're at. All right, guys. This is it. Oh. All right, now we're gonna go medium finishing spray here. See if I can focus it in. There it is. See you guys in the chat. Thank you so much. Glad you like it. See where we're at with the layers so you can see those. Just a ton of volume, right? But the beautiful thing about this, guys, it's not the ton of volume that's great, is that we focused on thick hair. And the ways that we counteracted the thickness of the hair was we removed, like, not only does this thing have a ton of volume in here, right? But this is where we removed a ton of weight. So we took all that weight out of the inside and allowed those longer layers to stay over. Instead of cutting a ton of short layers on the top to try to remove that weight, you take it out of the inside and let those layers be longer so you can round brush them, have some fun with them. Your client has an easier time with it. And that's it. So I totally dig this. Totally ate a bunch of hairspray too. Cool. All right. Give her a spin again. Thank you guys so much. All right. Okay, cool. So I'm going to answer some of your guys' questions now. Let me flip over here. Sweating. Worked hard today for you guys. Worked hard. That round brushing. I'm going to wipe my head with my Minerva towel. All right. So I had a blast with you guys. Thank you so much for... She has attitude now. Nice. For being on here today, being a part of everything. I can't thank you guys enough for every day. I mean, we're doing this every single day, and I see the same people, the same faces, new faces, which I love as well. But, you know, I'm all about that repeat clientele. So, work it, girl. Work it. All right. So, here we go. So I got some questions. Jess had one here. It's kind of a comment question. She was saying that people can't become a hairdresser from these videos. Well, I disagree. I learned from a book at TAF. I'm not sure what that stands for, but I see it a lot. And I learned not much. I cut because I learned from you. Well, Jess, thanks so much. My thing is, so I forget the lady's name that was on earlier that wasn't a hairdresser, but she was commenting about it. If she's on here every single day, she'll learn to cut hair, but she's got to practice it. So my big thing with people on the internet learning to do hair, right? Obviously, I put a lot of education out on the internet. My hair is in my face. I put a lot of education out on the internet for free. So I hear the comments a lot. Not that often anymore because it's so much out there, but I've been doing this for 7 years. So some people have a frustration with professional content being put out there. My thought is, if someone is willing, let's say I never learned hair before, and I want to sit here and watch me every day and learn, then go back, practice, cut thousands of heads, then I deserve to be a professional. But that's the only way. That's the only way that they're going to become a professional like I am at cutting hair, is by spending every day focusing on hair. And then if they're doing that, then they're just as professional as any of us. So obviously you have to have a license to do it legally, but no one's spending thousands of hours studying hair to do their haircut at home to take money away from you. It's just not, that doesn't make any sense. So I think we have to shift our mindset, be empathetic to the fact that people might want to try doing their hair just because they think it's fun. And they might jack it up and then they come to a professional to get it fixed. Understand that if you're a professional, you'll be sought after, and people will. I had a lady call from South Carolina yesterday and said, "Can I fly there to cut her hair?" Like, if you're a professional and you work hard and you study and you learn, like, that makes you different than most people out there. And the people that are on these classes every day, people that are dedicated to this industry, those are the people that I'm trying to talk to. And I think it's so cool that you guys are on here every day with me. And that's the best, right? So Jess, that's my thought. So I definitely think that you're learning from these classes, but I also think that you're a professional, whether you're licensed or not, because you're in Australia, I believe, and I believe you're in school. It doesn't matter. I learned a lot when I was in school by watching things and studying. So, and I just continued that for the last 16 years of just learning, continuing to learn. So keep that up. Degree is important while blow drying. Great question. Yes, it is. So just like if you think about cutting hair, the lower you hold it, the heavier it gets, right? Blow drying is the same thing. So the higher I hold it, the lighter it's going to be, the more volume that's going to happen, and then it's going to lightly fall out. If I blow dry everything down here, it's just going to lay heavy and flatter. Now, you need that in all different situations, but understand that the degree of how you hold the brush and the elevation plays a big key factor in it. Can we do curly, thick men's haircuts? Yeah, Adele, for sure. That was part of my order today with Pivot Point. So excited. I said, please hook me up because I'm spending, that's a lot of money. So hopefully they are. But I ordered a bunch of men's mannequins as well. I want to get some men's mannequins, some curly hair, and then I also want to do some long hair classes here. I don't do long hair, but I'm looking for getting people in here to start doing some of that as well. Some of our team here can do that too. So, can you show the color mannequin from yesterday, please? Yeah, Joyce, I did at the beginning, but you probably didn't see it, and then I threw her on the ground, so she's gonna be a little rough. But so here is the color from yesterday. So you can see that peekaboo of that coppery deep tone, right? And then you see that red tone that comes through. Pretty cool, right? That video, it'll pop up on YouTube if you're following our YouTube. The how-to, it's only 7 minutes long on that technique that we did yesterday in class. It's on YouTube. It'll be up at 3 p.m. It's set to go live, so check it out on there. Blow drying a mannequin live, mad props for that. Thanks, Rainbow. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's sweaty to do that, especially under all these lights. Wish you guys could see it. I wonder if I could show you. Is this? Thank you guys, whoever's placing orders. I see it on my phone. You guys are the best. Let me see. Maybe it doesn't come up. No. Sorry, thought it would. Maybe it will there. Nope. Well, next time. All right. So that's the color from the mannequin. I'm new and excited to keep learning from you. Thank you, Teresa. Appreciate that. I'm glad that you were here today. Let's see. Please share yesterday's color. Did. Hope you guys liked it. Been watching but never joined. This was great. We'll be back and I am joining. Awesome, Kimberly. Thank you so much. Super fan only. I love it, Gene. Very cool. You learn from practice. That's right, Laura. Exactly. That's what it's about. Let's get a little inspirational music going. Practice, practice, practice. Got to put in the work. That's right. This is why you guys are my people. True said. You have to love it and practice. Thank you so much. Oh, you guys are great. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope some of you guys were on the Minerva Facebook as well, and some of you guys were new to this. That would mean a lot if you guys were on there. Make sure that you share it with everybody. Will these cutting sections in front make a difference in the style? Your client parts her hair on the side, especially with thick hair. Will these cutting sections in front make a difference in the style if your client parts her hair on the side? So no. So that's a great question, Danielle. So the question, basically with the these two square sections, we cut a fringe, right? If she wore it on the side, you would just counteract that. So what I would do is, instead of basing it on a center part, I'd move this line to here, right? And then I wouldn't section it that way. I would just be aware of it. And then I would cut this, maybe bring it over. If she's gonna wear it to the side, I'd over direct this over here, cut it, and it would fall back over. And then I would bring this little bit here, bring it over, cut it, and it would fall. So then you'd get your nice kind of side fringe coming off of that. So just know that this is the fringe section, but doesn't mean that you need to cut it in the two squares. Just cut it the way that you would cut a fringe. So many different videos on how to do that. I did answer Danielle. Do you work in a mall? I do not work in a mall. I don't even think malls are open right now. They might be in some places, but no, my salon is not in a shopping center or a mall. It's kind of by itself. We're almost in the woods. If you guys can see behind this wall, it's all woods. But we're in a small town, 2,500 people in the borough, and then there's probably like 10,000 people around us, but it's not big. It's one thing about the internet. You can be anywhere on the planet and create. Will these cutting sections in front make... Nice, Jess. That's a repeat. Let's see. What is an OG? So, Lori, Great question. So OG is kind of like the original. That's what it stands for. So if you're like the original of the show, which we've done 53 episodes. So if you've been a part of it for a while, you become an OG. So stick with us. You'll get it. Honestly, next time you could write like newbie, but you could write like, not my first time, something like that. Thanks, Adele. All right, cool. Crowd goes wild. Very funny. All right, I think we're good. I'm trying to catch up with before COVID, do you get lots of clients? So Adele, great question again. I actually don't take, oh cool, I can show you guys. I don't actually take, look, this is what I look at. It's a live view. So the whole time, this is literally what I'm staring at. This is kind of fun. So when I'm shooting, this camera is the angle of that. And then, super cool, that's fun. Look, I can even add myself here. God, I love this software more and more all the time. So this is coming off my phone, but yeah, so I'm looking at you guys right here. And this is all the chat that I see. So when I miss your questions, it's because I only see like 7 at a time. And if I don't pay attention to it strongly, then that's what happens. All right, coming back. Okay. So thanks. All right. Oh yeah, busy. Was I busy? So I don't take new clients. So that's something that if you guys are on here and you're looking to get your hair done, I don't take new clients because I do this every day, and then I'll spend a couple hours editing the footage from today, and then trying to get that set up and then get tomorrow set up. So this is my full-time job. I take clients randomly of my old clients that I've had for a while, but I don't take anybody new. Cool. I think it's Tiang. Awesome. You're very, very welcome. Let me know if I got that name right so I can remember. All right, that's it. Do you ever do cutting classes with live models? So as some of you guys have started to learn and know me, it's hard. I'm a teacher, right? So because I'm a teacher, I like to have a plan, go in with that plan and execute it. And that's why I cut mannequins, because there are situations that happen that I do like to try to showcase occasionally in the salon. But for the most part, I try to put thoughts into your brain to then put you into situations that you can just execute it, and not necessarily cutting a live model that has a particular thing that doesn't want this done or whatever. Like, I just really like to have a focus for the class, go in and do it. And honestly, I just like being in here focused, me, no one else, and you guys. All right. Glad you guys like the setup. Joyce, I don't know what that means. Rock squirt. I don't know what that means. Could have seen something in here. All right. All right, guys, cool. It's been really fun. I think that's all the questions. So until next time, have a great day. Make sure that you download the FSE Now app. Let me actually show you guys a couple new things on here. I'll open up the app so you guys can see it. There we go. All right, so here is a couple new things on the app. So new update. So if you guys haven't updated in a while, make sure you do that. This is my profile. Then we have on here a new Discover page. So the Discover page showcases all the different work from you guys on here. You can look at pictures. You can like the pictures. Then also you can click on a stylist and you can follow their work so that it shows up in your news feed that way. So you have the Discover page that shows all the hairdressers' work throughout it. And then you have your following page that now when you follow people, as it comes up, you'll get to see all of their work through it. So Brian's been loading up. He actually works here at the salon. But we have people loading work on here, beautiful work every day. So make sure that you create your profile. You can also now, this is an upgrade, upload multiple photos. So if you click one photo and then you hit multiple. You can add multiple. Then when you hit next, you can then go in and share them that way. Or this is another cool feature that we didn't have before. If I bring up a photo, I hit next. Now I can edit that photo with different editing tools that are preset so that you can make your photo look a little bit cooler, a little more interesting, and then you can add that to your profile. Now, once you do that, you can write whatever you want to write about it. And then to make sure that it shares to your public profile, the one that clients see, you just hit add to my profile, and then you hit share, and it'll share it out to our community of all of you guys that are in this chat. So it's super cool. Everything keeps growing. Also, I've said this before, it's like Instagram and Netflix had a baby for hairdressers, and that's really what FSE now is. So this is all of our latest classes, latest videos, cutting, color, style, tons of different things. We're trying to load on even other companies so that you guys can just have this library at your fingertips, and we're just constantly growing it. So if you guys want, it's all free. So that's the best part. Go download it. Sign up. If you have any issues, email me, Matt, at freesaloneducation.com, and I'll help you out. But other than that, enjoy your day. I had a blast with you guys, as always. Make sure you text me so that I can let you guys know when the next class is, 215-608-2612. Thank you to Minerva Beauty. Go check out them and pick up a blow dryer, the Samvia blow dryer, which we use today, but also tons of other equipment and great things available over there. Check out their new website. Thank you to them for being a big part of Free Salon Education and supporting it, because it wouldn't be free without companies like Minerva. So that's how I can do it free for you guys all the time. So that's it. Thank you guys so much. What do we say at the end of the show? It's going to be a great day, right, Lynn? It's going to be a great day. All right, guys, cool. Have a good one. Let's send it out.
Be a great day.
Thank you guys so much.
Chop
I'll see you
it,
tomorrow,
flip it, spray it,
12 o'clock.
flip it. I woke up this way. It's gonna be a great day. Chop it, clip it, spray it, flip it. Let me show you the way. It's gonna be a great day. Chop it, clip it, spray it, flip it. I woke up this way. It's gonna be a great day. Chop it, clip it, spray it, flip it.
See you guys.